What's going on, guys? The video you're about to watch after this is a video of me administering an IV to Tater Tot. Now, I'm going to get straight to it. What ended up happening was Tot ended up swallowing those braided ropes that dog like to play with. Now, granted, I've thrown away all the ropes even before then. I guess that rope was just sitting outside in the grass because I've seen people talk about how they dogs have eaten that rope and got stuck and pretty much caused the same thing that Tot had. Luckily, I didn't have to have surgery. Those other people did. So right after that video of me giving her the IV, I want to say like 15 minutes later, Tot went outside to use it. I seen something sticking out like a knot, so I had to go and grab it. So no gloves, no nothing. I just grabbed it, and as she was pushing, because she kept pushing, I had to help her. So I pulled it, and once I pulled it, that came out along with all the other fecal matter. You can imagine how that looked when she hadn't used it in 8 days or 8. So I wanted to make sure I went over that part before I showed you guys this video, because that's something that I didn't go over, because after it happened, I never thought about it. So, all right, enjoy. What's going on, YouTube? This guy from Asia56, and as you can see, I got my girl Tater Tot, and I got some IV right here. So, in the video before this one, I talked about Tot being sick, and I think it was, what did I say it was? It was something about gas, is what the vet had told me. It said something about gas. So we narrowed it down to gas and pancreatitis, something like that, because they both kind of similar. You can kind of misdiagnose it if you don't do the blood work. So what I needed to do was get Tot some IV. We gave her some. Keep in mind, Tot hadn't ate, and I think I said this in the previous video, for like 7 days. Today is Monday, so this would be the 8th day. Today she actually ate something, but that's because I gave her an IV yesterday. I was only able to give her one because that's the only thing I had. I gave her 500 milliliters yesterday, and it looked like it did something because she was feeling better, moving well, whatever the case may be. When I did the previous video, you could tell her cherry eye hadn't came out. You know what I mean? You can look now, she look a little dirty, but that's because she just been going through. Her cherry eye kind of came out, so that's how you know how stressed she was. When I did the first video, no cherry eye. This video right here, you see the cherry eye popped out. Lock is going back in. So anyhow, with the IV, my research was 10 pounds per 100 milliliters. I'm not a vet, consult with your vet. So Tot was 54 pounds when I did it. She probably had lost a little bit of weight because she hadn't eaten or eaten. So when I did it, I did 500 mLs. That's how much the bag was. The bag itself was 500 mLs. So that's 500, 10 pounds every 100 mLs. That's 500 mLs. So I used the whole bag for her. This particular bag is 1,000 mLs. I'm not going to use this whole bag right now. I'm going to use 500 now, and we're going to use 500 12 hours later. We're going to make sure we keep her hydrated and keep her with fluids. I was giving her Pedialyte, but she just kept throwing up everything. She could hold nothing down. So it was just, we just sat down and was like, we might need to get her some IV. So that's pretty much what we're going to do right now. We did it yesterday. She didn't throw up. Like I said, today she ate some chicken, ate a little piece of chicken. So that's a good sign, because today was the 8th day. And I was going to take her to another vet, but once I seen she ate that chicken, I was just like, let's just go get some more IV. So luckily I was able to get that IV yesterday to get going and get her to eat today. Shout out to, I think it's Raw Street K9. If I don't remember the name, I'm gonna put their Instagram, like a little thing in the video, so you can see a little screenshot of it, so you can see kind of who they are and where I got the initial IV from yesterday. But the IV I got today was from the vet. But shout out to them, Raw Street K9, I believe, because yesterday they put me in the game with their one IV to let me know that I need to get more. Unfortunately, they didn't have any more, so I had to go to the vet. But if they had more, I would have went to them. So with all that, I'm gonna go ahead and show y'all how to do it. It's kind of like, what we like, 7-8 minutes in? Yeah.
3.
3? Oh, 3 minutes? So it's kind of like giving them a shot. You gotta have a needle, of course. Everything came with it. So when you do it, you gotta kind of let the air out, kind of like a shot. You want to shoot the stuff through to make sure it drips. So as you can see, it's 2 things right here for 2 different ones. I don't know, I think I'm gonna use this one. I took it B. Maybe it is. Yep, appears to be. So can you see down there? So as you can see, it's dripping. See it dripping. Now, what I want to do, I want to make sure it drips all the way through. And I'm gonna close it up. I'm sorry, but it's okay to let some of it come out because you want to get all the air out of the line. So basically, what you just seen it do, basically come on out. That's all you just seen it do. You seen some of the IV come on out, which is a good sign because they let you know it's dripping. So let me look through it. It looked like it's pretty much all the way through, if I'm not mistaken. Probably not through there. So, all right. So I see it through. All right. So it's gonna make a mess because I'm not a vet. You know what I mean? I just did this yesterday for the first time, so I'm doing it again today for the second time. So you can see everything going through. I'm gonna get Maya to squeeze it as we do it. As far as the needle, I had a smaller needle yesterday. She gave me 2 needles, but the small needle, it takes, the smaller the needle, the longer it takes. So the recommendations are 18 gauge and a 20 gauge. This is a 20 gauge. So, but the smaller needle, the longer it's gonna take. And this took like 30 minutes yesterday to get her 500. So you put this needle on here, and it's a little piece that you screw on. Now all this, if you ever had to do an IV, you will pretty much know what to do, you know what I mean, once you get to it. I might not be explaining the best, but you get the gist. I pretty much want you all just to see what breeders go through. Because my vet couldn't get to it, so, you know, you gotta do what you gotta do. Come on, mama. So, let's see. You gonna turn it around? I'm gonna put this top back on here so I can turn it around. Well, I'll just leave it like that. That's fine. So, like I said, you're doing it like a shot. If you've never given a shot before, I think I've done videos. Thumb, trigger finger, whatever you want to call it, or just thumb and whatever. And it's a pocket right there. I think it's a 45-degree angle or some shit. Just push it straight through. Okay, it's okay. It's okay. And because I stopped it already, okay, chill. I roll it up. So, okay. So when I roll it up, that's gonna let the fluids flow through. When I roll it down, that's for it to stop it. So when you doing it and you trying to get the stuff to go through, so you can kind of get the fluids to go through the line, so you don't want to push air in her first. So that's why it's important to push that fluid through the line and for that fluid to come out that line. You want to see that fluid come out that line. So once it come out, you can pull this down and it should close it. I don't know if different devices do different ways. I don't know if it's vice versa for another one, but I know for this one, you roll this down, this little knot right here, roll it down, it'll stop the liquid from coming out. You roll it up, liquid come out. So as you can see, it's dripping. You can squeeze it to get more out. And what's gonna happen is she's gonna get a knot right there. If you've never seen a dog get an IV, depending on how dehydrated they are, the bigger the knots usually be. So she's gonna get a small knot right here, and it eventually go away. But right now, you just pretty much keeping the comfortable, and we're gonna do 500 mLs for her. So, and this is pretty much just to hydrate Tater Tot, because it's been a rough week. So you want to make sure that they hydrated. The Pedialyte wasn't, like I said, wasn't doing too well because she was throwing it back up and she didn't like it. So in a case like this where they don't want to drink the Pedialyte, even when you mixing it with the water, you just gotta do stuff like this. So, but I want to show you all how to do the IV. I know I probably zoomed through it as far as, or not explaining it the correct way or explaining it the right way. I just want you all to see it. If you don't understand it, it's videos on YouTube on how to do it. That's how I pretty much learned how to do it. So I just want you all to see some of the things breeders go through. And hopefully somebody, whoever look at this, or learn something from this. Just remember, 10 pounds every 100 milliliters, and that'll help you out. So she's 50 pounds, so we're gonna do 500 milliliters. And I think that's it. And I'll probably tap back at y'all with y'all later on to see how she acting later on. All right.